hold up. Before you talk about Umar, right?
Yeah, that's why I call him your boy, because you've been dragging this nigga for a minute. And I just been sitting back watching. I don't really fuck with him like that.
It cleared up because, like I said, now I always tell people I fucked with Umar years ago when he first came out. Not just say I switched up on him, but the nigga just become a character and a parody of himself.
Mm-hmm.
So video about it. Everybody pretty much dug it, but one of my loyal supporters or whatever, she hit me up. Oh, I'm subbing from your channel. You went too far. You took it too far. So he still got some people out here mesmerized. But yeah, go ahead with your Umar Johnson take, man.
So I don't even know how to preface this. This nigga want to run for president.
Yeah.
Yo, but when I saw this shit, I was like, that's why I was like, yo, for real? Like, is this real? Like,
yeah.
and then you go on his page and he's got so much fucking like bullshit that's on his page where he's like talking about how they're trying to, hold on, I'm trying to pull up my notes right now.
I know he had a long ass caption like this, and somebody was like, "Nigga, we ain't reading all that shit."
Niggas really don't fuck with him, and the problem, and I said this on a video that I put out. I said the reason is because Umar is the equivalent of the KKK for black people, because he's talking about this whole like keeping the black blood pure, and if you date outside of the black race, then you're no good to him and all. And it's like, nigga, who the fuck made you the head nigga in charge? I don't ever recall voting being like, yo, I take Umar as our leader. Fuck that, nigga. Give me.
How do you announce you're gonna vote? You're gonna run 6 months before the election.
But you see what the thing is? He wants the people to write in his name on the fucking ballot.
I didn't even read all that shit. I know the nigga say Obama accepted he wants to debate Obama, and Obama accepted. Like, yo, Umar I think he's on some kind of drugs. I mean, like, I think he's using the donation money to support his habit. Because I'm like, he always was like real strong opinion as far as you were saying about keeping it all black, but it's gotten real cartoonish and real gimmicky. And I gotta say, he's like a Boondocks character now. He's become
might as well be.
Yeah, go paint the snow black type of nigga. He's become that character. And I'm like, bro, I don't see how anybody could take you serious at this point to help you put up this school, let alone run for president. You got to get the school up first, nigga.
Right. And I saw through his shit like years ago. And people used to get on me, be like, damn, yo, what you got against him? I was like, it's just something about this guy just doesn't seem right. Like, he just isn't all the way true, in my opinion, because it's like, nigga, you out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you fucking with strippers and whatever, and motherfuckers to be like, well, you know, nigga gotta, at least you still fucking with women. It's like, it ain't about that, but you're trying to create this positive black image when you're out here, you know, chasing thoughts and knocking them up.
That wouldn't even really bother me, because I'm like, okay, he's a single man. What bothered me was when it's the arrogance of him and, like, you know, Tariq Nasheed.
Yep, that's another one.
These dudes is arrogant. Did you see when they had that going back and forth? It was like a wrestling promo. Like, I'm a fight Sunday at 8:00 for the IC belt or something. It was just them two going. And I'm like, yo, these, like, can you imagine Malcolm X and Medgar Evers or some shit back in there? Like, these niggas, like, they're more about themselves and building up their audience. And then they brag about, oh, I started Colors. And Umar said, well, I started the woke movement. And, you know, I'm like, y'all are just really in it for yourselves, and y'all constantly begging black people for money. So you'll accept the fact that black people are poor, most of us are under the poverty line and ain't got shit. But yet you're asking niggas to give. I couldn't ask black people to donate me money, and I know majority of them is, you know, fucked up out here.
Motherfuckers ain't got it.
These people.
And then he be shaming people who donate. They like give him like $10. He be like, "Thank you for the $10, but next time make it 20. Make it 20." Like, nigga, what?
All at the same time while he's telling everybody how we broke and how slavery has, you know, left us as the bottom of the percent as far as economy. All of that, which is true, but yeah, you begging niggas for money. Oh, put the Cash App in the bio. Oh, yeah. To the GoFundMe. I'm like, yo, I can't. I could never get on here and ask black people who don't have it. And this is before the STEM checks. You know, never sit here and beg black people who barely got enough to pay their internet bill, some of them, to fucking donate me money so I can pay my bills. Like that's trifling, man.
Super trifling. And this motherfucker, he really wants people to write him in. He's talking about his school, the FDMG Academy is opening in summer of 2021. He
I've seen that.
He alleges that the DNC offered him $2 million to help restore school if he drops out of the race. This guy's got a lot of shit with him, man.
He's trolling. You know, I was just watching. I just did a video. NCAA had like a panel, and it was T.I., Charlemagne, bunch of celebrities, and I said, well, you know what? Black people like using celebrities for some reason to speak on us. Maybe Umar's taking that route and saying, you know what? They only want to pay attention to the cool people and the funny people. And since he's been on social media, it seems like he's going that route. But it's like, we laughing at you. We not laughing with you. You know what I'm saying? You become a joke. Like, you should have just stuck with what you're doing, even though it was kind of controversy and as far as his thoughts on like interracial dating and gay shit. But he still has some kind of respect. You might be like, yo, I don't really dig him. I think he might be a con, but I kind of respect him. I don't think all of that is out the window now. Like, he's just become a fucking punchline.
Yep, literally. Like, motherfuckers call you a Umar or, you know, like just to kind of slander you now. It's like his name really doesn't hold any weight. And then he does have a lot of people, as I like to say, brainwashed, basically drinking the Kool-Aid because they sit there and believe the shit that he says, and nobody looks at it from like, yo, what's like the shit that he's putting out there is poisonous. Like, we don't need to be, and I said this in my video, right? Because I sat down with my grandfather last year and he said something super poignant to the point that when he was, before he became a police officer back in the 60s and 70s or whatever it was, he was basically saying that, you know, he was the dude with the dashiki, the afro, he carried the 357, all of this shit. And he basically said that when you wear your values on the outside, people can see you coming from a mile away. But if you play the part, doesn't mean that your values go away. So you put on the suit, cut your hair, get the shape up, whatever you got to do to look the part. You can work from the inside out. And that shit made so much more sense to me because I was like, this is why all of these movements that are happening right now, like Black Lives Matter and, you know, all of these movements, like, people don't respect them because what we're doing, we're just loud and out there. You see us coming a mile away, as opposed to, all right, you know what, let's take a different approach. Like, fucking marching and all of that shit doesn't fucking do anything anymore.
Nah, it doesn't. I don't know why niggas are still doing that. The white people, they protested and they got their results like that.
Exactly. And I get called a coon because I'm like, yo, maybe we should try something different. They're like, man, fuck you. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it.
Like, niggas been marching for 50 years.
Ain't shit changed.
Niggas hit walk the pavement. I'm not marching for nothing if it's not going to get done. I don't see, like, that's the definition of insanity or crazy, doing the same shit over and over. It's like I say with these panels. They keep doing these panels, and ironically, they only do them when it's time to vote.
Yep.
You know what they're trying to get you to do? They're trying to get you to vote blue. And, you know, I was watching that. Revolt did it. Diddy did it. I don't know if you wanted to segue into that Diddy shit.
You know I did. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, well, Diddy, what Diddy wants you to vote?